Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to yet another wonderful video. Today we are back for part 4 of our Eons Paleozoic closed beta showcase, and this is going to be the biggest video of this all. This one is going to be massive. We are checking out the Devonian period, which is the last period out of the 4 that I've gotten so far, but it's also the biggest period out of all of them. And I'm going to be going in depth on every single feature of the Devonian. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe for part 5 and showcases of future time periods for this mod. So starting off, as usual, we have some nice prehistoric plants. This is the Archaeopteryx. Archaeopteryx, not to be confused with Archaeopteryx. This is a species of Devonian tree, which it's probably more of a horsetail than a tree, but there's the sapling, here are the leaves, here's the wood, and these are the decorative branch blocks, which can be put up against each other just like that. The reason I don't have the full tree is because the structure for it does not yet exist, but it will be in future versions. The Devonian period adds only one species of aquatic plant, and it isn't even technically a plant. This is the Siphonophragmus, which is a prehistoric Devonian coral, which looks very nice. They come in multiple variations, and they look very, very cool. This area will be used later, but for now we're just going to use it to showcase the plants for the Devonian period. Over here we have the Lycopodiophyta, which is probably a species of lycopod. It's all this little yellow brush. Here we have the Guangdodendron, which are both these tall ones and these shorter ones. These are supposed to be just like less developed plants. Over here we have the Polysticum, which is my favorite plant so far. It's this really cool fern-looking thing. Here we have the Rhacophyton, which is a very common plant, but still looks very nice. And the Rhynia, which is not a flowering plant, but a very colorful ground cover. Alright, let's get to the part that you guys all want to see. The animals. We have a whole lot of animals to get through. And these are just the aquatic ones. So let's just start out. Let's grab our first 8 animals in completely random order. We're using a diamond sword today because this is the time period where it starts to get very dangerous. Alright, let's jump into the water, just like usual. Alright, and starting off, we have the Chirolepis. This is a small fish. They look quite nice. You know, they're just fish, but they add quite a bit of really cool ambience, and they're already going off and dying. Oh, we already have a big boy. Here's the Eastmanosteus, which is, it's not huge, but it's still not. It's pretty big compared to the other animals. So this is a placoderm. It's a fish with a hard, bony exoskeleton head. And this is just a smaller species. But you can see, they do quite some damage. A bunch of these ganging up on you would probably not be the safest, but since there's only one, we can take it out pretty quickly. Here we have the Carolo wilhelmina, which is, I presume that's just some kind of fish. It doesn't seem to attack me. Let's try spawning in a few more of these. Yeah, these do seem to be peaceful mobs, but they're still going to disintegrate like usual. Here we have the Bungardius, which looks like this. This one is very interesting because it has like a little wedge on the head. That's an anatomical feature of the actual animal, but yeah, these are your cool medium fish to swim around your tanks and your Devonian seas. Oh boy, I was wrong. I guess those are not peaceful. That one just came after me. Here we have the Antarctilamneons. I'm trying my best to pronounce these, I promise you guys. Which is this boy. I believe this is a shark, and it's coming after me. I did say this is when it starts to get dangerous. But yeah, these little thick Devonian sharks take them out pretty easily, but they're still not the safest animals to be around. Here we have the Brachioadmones. Let's spawn one in. Brachioadmones is probably the pronunciation, and there you go. You just saw one of the fish leap out. Some of the fish in the mod are able to leap out, so if you're making tanks, you gotta put the rim higher than this. Alright, back into the tank we go. So these are the little Broacoadmonies. Broacoadmon. These are the little yellow fish. They're just nice little accents. I think they do really make this all look very nice. Here we have the Bothrialepis, which is another species of placoderm. Yeah, they're pretty simple little animals, but they're very cute, and I've been wanting these smaller placoderm species in Minecraft forever, so I'm very happy that these are added. Here we have the Acanthostego, which is not a fish, it's our first amphibian. They're just these little amphibians. They'll swim around. They like shallow water more, and I do believe that they can move on land. But yep, these are the Acanthostega. Alright, on to our next grouping of animals. We have a whole lot to get through, so let's get through these quickly, but still productively. Here we have the Glabacus, which once again, I am probably wrong about this. I will fact check when I'm done recording, so I don't get these wrong again. But I do believe that these are some kind of sharks, because sharks did exist in the Devonian, of course. Yeah, they're mauling all the little fish in here. And the Bothrialepis is swimming around the surface. Alright, so here we have the Gemuidina, which looks like some kind of ray or skate. I'm probably wrong about it yet again. But they're quite nice looking. I do really like these. And their animations are just so smooth. Look at that. Here we have the Eustinopteron, pretty famous prehistoric fish. They've captured the look of it absolutely perfectly here. Yeah, these look great. So those are the Eustinopteron. Let's move on to the Coelacanth. Quite well known. This mod's rendition is amazing. Put it next to all the other mods that have Coelacanths. These look great, especially since there's also the Indonesian variety. Look at all of these. But yeah, beautiful, beautiful coelacanths. Still around today. I'm curious if the team's going to make them spawn naturally in the world. Here we have the Dipnorhynchus, which is another species of fish. You guys can tell me what these are in the comments section, because I do not know a lot of these. I consider myself pretty good with prehistoric species, but I am not as good as others, so there you go. Here we have the Drepanaspis, which is another jawless fish. Very small, very cool looking. I do love how every single fish is so unique in this mod. But yeah, the Devonian seas are already full with life. And it's time to instantly make them devoid of life by spawning in the apex predator of the Devonian seas. This is the Dunkleosteus. It's the biggest species of placoderm that ever lived. It was the biggest animal on planet Earth until the dinosaurs came, so that's something. But yeah, this guy is very aggressive. He's attacking me, and he's actually doing a whole lot of damage considering I have all this armor on. Let's see if we can take him down. Come on. But yeah, this hasn't been implemented yet, but supposedly in the future, they plan to make the Dunkleosteus able to chew through your armor. So it bites you and your armor breaks. But yeah, we just killed it. It gave a whole lot of XP. So yeah, that's the Dunkleosteus. Alright, so we have our next grouping of animals here. Luckily, I guess our Devonian ecosystem hasn't been completely wiped out by the Dunkleosteus, because it tried to murder us instead of the animals around it. But here's the Murindalaspis, which I love. This reminds me of Benanogmius, the Mesozoic fish, but I know it's not the same animal. They're really nice looking. Yeah, I'm just going to fill the seas up with these. Here we have the not apex predator, but still dangerous predator of the Devonian. This is Hyneria. And they're not as fast or dangerous as the Dunkleosteus, but they can still hurt you. Their jaws are a little bit glitched out. You can see the animation goes through the top of their jaws, but all of this stuff will be fixed by the final release of the mod. So let's take these out. Here we have one of the last of the sea scorpions, not the last Eurypterid, but sea scorpions, Jaekelopterus, which will have a lot of these swimming around. These remind me of the prehistoric eclipse ones. So yeah, not very fast, not as aggressive as some of their cousins, but they're still not the safest animals to be around. So those are the Jaekelopterus. Here we have the Panderichthyes. I often feel like a Panderichthyes. Anyways, let's spawn them in. So here we have one of them. These might actually be amphibians or transitional fish. I do not know, but their mouths look absolutely amazing. That's a Devonian animal RTX on right there. But it's great to watch them swim around. They're very cool animals. Here we have the Titanichthyes, one of the only animals that I think is going to even come close to rivaling our Dunkleosteus, but there it is. This is another placoderm, and I think this one will attack us just like the other one, unless I'm completely wrong about that, which I may well be. But yeah, that's the Titanichthyes. This tank is getting completely full of animals. Here we have the, I'm just gonna, Quasipedalichthyes. I hope I did a good job on that. Looks like it's another little placoderm. We'll just have some of those swimming around. This is probably my favorite time period so far. Here's the Heterosteus, which I have no clue what this creature is, but it's huge and it's very strange looking. Is it gonna attack me? No, I guess it'll just swim right. Here we have the Groenlandaspis, which I believe is another jawless fish. Let's have plenty of those swimming around. And yeah, that's all for this stack. And on to our next and last stack of animals. Let's grab all of these, and let's just grab the rest of these to put in our inventory. Alright, so this stack does not have animals as big as the Titanichthyes, the Dunkleosteus, the Hyneria, but it does have animals just as cool. So let's take a look at the Xenacanthus. This is a species of Devonian shark. Oh wow, look at these. These are really cool looking. The Orthocanthus is a very similar animal to this, and this was in the old Jurassic Craft and the old Carboniferous mod. I do really like these early sharks. Next up we have the Webster Prion, which I hope this one spawns, but maybe it's a good thing if it doesn't yet. These are, I believe these are bobbit worms, but they're big scary death worms. That's what they look like. They haven't yet been implemented in the mod, but their models look amazing, so I can't wait until they actually are. They're just gonna wiggle around until they bury themselves in the sand right now. Here we have the Ventastega, which looks like it's another species of salamander. One sec, I'm actually gonna try something. Can you walk around? Are you guys gonna walk? These look like they might actually be land animals, but we can test this hypothesis later. Here we have the Tiktaalik, very famous transitional fish. Look at that. They're really cool textures. They're very unique. I do really like these though. Here we have the Terataspis, which is probably one of the last species of trilobites. They went extinct at the end of the Paleozoic. So yep, that would be the Terataspis. Here we have the Tigiolepis, which is a jawed fish. Look at those swimming around. They're very cool. Here's the Stethocanthus, which out of all the models I saw, this one was probably my favorite. They look really cool. They're very small, but they have this really cool anvil fin, of course. And, oh wow, they're actually a little bit bitey. Look at that. But yeah, probably good prey for a Hyneria, if we're going by walking with monsters standards. Here we have the Stensioella, which is another placoderm. We have placoderm galore in this tank. Last three animals, we have Holoptychius, another species of little fish. There's a whole lot of little fish, but I think that they all add a whole lot to the mod, so they're all really cool. Here we have the Lacognathus, or Lacognathus. Looks, I think the Accentar, the dev, said something about these being based on red-tailed catfish, and I can really see that. They look exactly like them, but yeah, they're really cool. Here we have the last animal of the water, the Onchiotis. These are just going to pedal around. They're probably not the most friendly things. Yep, I was right. But yeah, that is the absolute mess that is the Devonian Sea. They're all such amazing looking animals. And for this next and sadly last part, we're going to be checking out the land animals. There are just 4 land animals, but we can see with this whole environment I've set up that animals are starting to make their way onto land, which will in future beta showcases you'll see what that leads to. But since this is our last time period for now, let's check these out. Here's the Attercopus, which I believe is some kind of primitive spider. It's like a land-based Eurypterid. I'm probably completely wrong, but these are really cool. I don't think they attack. They do attack. They just don't do that much. But yeah, those are the Attercopus, and they're actually very fast. That one's chasing right after me. Here we have the Diplecnites, which is a little millipede. Obviously not as big as future millipedes, but once again, foreshadowing. I do really like these. They're just a whole lot of cool land insects to walk around. Here is the Hibertopterus, which I believe is another land-based Eurypterid. Obviously much bigger than those little spiders. These move quite fast as well. And it looks like they're neutral, so they'll attack the player if the player attacks them, but these are really cool. Yeah. And finally, here's the Ichthyostega. This is obviously one of the first land amphibians, but yeah, they're scuttling around. They're eating the spiders. They're eating all the animals over here. Look at these. And these Hibertopterus are doing enough damage to knock me up over the fence. So yeah, they're not the animals to be messed with. But yeah, life's made its first steps on the land, and you'll see more of that in my next showcase coming up soon. So everybody, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed, please like, comment, and subscribe to Slow Diner Dude. We'll be doing many more of these Eons showcases in the future. Next episode, we're going to be doing a survival guide on how to use this in survival, so when the mod comes out, you get a head start and know all the tips and tricks. This mod can't be downloaded as of current because it's still in beta, but you can join their Discord to support them, and you'll get more information on that. And you can join my Discord to support my channel as well, and speak with fellow members of the community. Anyways, thank you so much for watching. Have a wonderful day, evening, night, and goodbye.